News conference this morning. We want to deliver that conference to you live, first here on CBSNewsTexas.com. Let's listen in.
Please kind of just understand that there might be some, limitations on what they can and can't say. And then also afterwards, if you are interested in talking to any of the speakers, just approach me or approach them and say, we'd like to take you off to the side and have a one-on-one interview with you. So I'm going to bring them out here in a minute. Thank you.
Well, we are waiting for the FBI Everman City Manager and also the Tarrant County District Attorney with a major announcement that they obviously want to deliver to us first. So we're just trying to bring this to you first here on CBSNewsTexas.com. We want to get straight ahead of this. This is a poster that we're looking at right now that is right next to the podium to the left here. It says FBI 10 Most Wanted Fugitive. This is Cindy Rodriguez Singh. We also know that she is a mom here, and she was accused allegedly of the disappearance of her 6-year-old son, Noel. We do see that there are some folks that are heading up here to the podium right now. So let's wait for this to kick off and get started. You're watching CBS News Texas live stream. Let's listen in.
Good morning. My name is Joe Rothrock, and I'm the Special Agent in charge of the FBI Dallas Field Office. I'm joined here today by Craig Spencer, the former Chief of Police for Everman and the current City Manager and Emergency Manager Coordinator for the City of Everman. Everman's current Chief of Police, Al Brooks, and Tarrant County District Attorney, Phil Sorrells. Also with us here today are Assistant Police Chief James Thompson and investigators associated with this case from the Everman Police Department and the FBI. We are here today to announce the addition of Cindy Rodriguez Singh to the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list as our 537th fugitive, as well as a $250,000 reward for information leading to her arrest. Cindy is wanted federally for unlawful flight to avoid prosecution, stemming from her capital murder charge in Tarrant County. She is suspected of murdering her own young son, Noel Alvarez. Cindy's last confirmed sighting was on March 22, 2023, as she, her husband, and 6 juvenile children boarded an international flight bound for India. Noel was not with them and did not board that flight. On October 31, 2023, Cindy was charged with capital murder in Tarrant County. On November 2, 2023, Cindy was charged federally with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution, and a federal arrest warrant was issued in the Northern District of Texas. This investigation has been a team effort. Numerous agencies and investigators have been working diligently to locate Noel, who hasn't been seen since October of 2022. I want to thank the Everman Police Department, Northeast Tarrant County Child Abduction Response Team, the Tarrant County District Attorney's Office, and Texas Rangers for their hard work and dedication. We all have a common goal, and that is finding justice for Noel. Here are some facts about our fugitive. Cindy was born in Dallas, Texas in 1985. She is 40 years old, and she is believed to have ties to both India and Mexico. Cindy is approximately 5'1" to 5'3" inches tall, 120 to 140 pounds, has a medium complexion, tattoos on her back, both legs, right arm, right hand, and right calf. She has brown eyes and brown hair. If you have a tip, please call the FBI Dallas Field Office at 972-559-5000 or submit a tip online to tips.fbi.gov. If you reside outside the United States, tips can be submitted directly to the nearest American embassy. The FBI's 10 Most Wanted Fugitives program allows us to bring this case to the eyes and ears of citizens across the country and around the world. We are confident that her addition to the top 10 list and the significant reward will culminate in her arrest. This is a case that is still fresh in the minds of Everman residents and many of us across North Texas. None of us will ever forget Noel, and we will not rest until Cindy is apprehended and returned to the U.S. so she can answer for her alleged crimes. I will now turn it over to Craig Spencer for some remarks, and then we'll open it up for questions. Thank you.
Good morning. In recent months, I've had the tremendous opportunity of furthering my career in public service with the City of Everman, now serving as the City Manager and Emergency Management Coordinator. I want to recognize our newest Police Chief, Al Brooks, and thank him for allowing me to continue to be involved with this incredibly important case. Chief Brooks has also been involved with this case since the beginning, and that change in leadership has not impacted how important this case remains with our department. I also want to extend a heartfelt appreciation to SAC Rothrock with the FBI as well as the FBI Dallas Field Office and their team for their support and work on this case. We're here today because justice for Noel matters. It matters to his memory, to this community, and to every child who deserves to be protected. I want to thank the FBI for recognizing the importance of justice for Noel. This is not a symbolic gesture. It's a global manhunt for Cindy Rodriguez Singh. The FBI's designation brings with it the full weight of federal and international resources that I could not be more thankful for. This designation puts the world on notice that Cindy Rodriguez Singh is now one of the most wanted fugitives in America. You don't end up on the FBI's top 10 list by accident. This is as serious as it gets. Though Noel's body has not yet been found, we operate under the firm belief that justice is not bound by geography or time. We will find her. This city has grieved, prayed, and stood together for over 2 years, and through that pain we've become even more determined to be Noel's voice. Cindy Rodriguez Singh may be across the world, but someone knows where she is, and now they have 250,000 reasons to come forward. Noel wasn't just a name, he was one of ours, and we're not going to let his story end this way. I'd now like to introduce Tarrant County DA Phil Sorrells to give some remarks.
This case has shaken our community and deeply touched all of us who work to protect the most vulnerable among us. Cindy Rodriguez Singh has been indicted for capital murder of her 6-year-old son, Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, a child with profound medical challenges who depended upon adults in his life for care, protection. Instead, the evidence shows that he is met with cruelty, neglect, and ultimately disappearance. In the days following a welfare check and growing concern about Noel's well-being, Ms. Rodriguez Singh fled the country with 6 of her children, leaving Noel behind and offering conflicting stories about his whereabouts. Her actions speak volumes. A grand jury has now charged her with capital murder, and a federal warrant has been issued for unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. She's currently believed to be in India, and we're working with the FBI and international partners to ensure that she's brought back to face justice. Let me be clear. Fleeing the country doesn't absolve you of guilt. It reinforces it. No matter where somebody runs, we will not stop pursuing justice. We owe it to Noel and every vulnerable child in our community to encourage and ensure that the truth will be found out and exposed, and that accountability will be delivered.
We'll go ahead and open it up with questions. Yeah, so the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list brings a lot of notoriety. As I said in my remarks, it gives us an opportunity, with your help and with the community's help, to bring this case to the forefront of the minds of the public. She is not in custody. She has not been returned to the United States, and therefore we still need the help from the public to locate her. In addition to that, the FBI is well positioned to follow up on these leads. We have agents and analysts located across the globe, to include in New Delhi, India, that work closely with foreign governments to locate individuals who have outstanding arrest warrants in the United States and make sure that they're brought back to the United States to face charges for their face the charges that are filed here domestically.
Agent, what is the criteria to get on this list? Is she the first mother on the list to be accused of killing her child? And is India a hard place to get people to come back?
As Craig said, you don't end up on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list by accident. She's the 537th fugitive. She is the 12th woman on the list, and she's one of 2 females currently on the list. As far as the difficulty of getting folks back from countries, each extradition is unique, and our partnerships that we have globally help us navigate those unique circumstances to make sure, again, that we get back some of our most important subjects back here to the United States so they can face the charges that have been filed here domestically.
The longer that she is missing, she's out there for searching, how does that change the likelihood, the difficulty of locating her?
Certainly, we look to have a quick remedy, right, to bring her back here so that she can answer to those charges, in part so that we can bring peace to the community of Everman and to those that love Noel. We want to do that quickly, again, to bring that peace of mind. I am confident that the investigators we have around the globe are well positioned, no matter how long this takes, to bring her back. And look, I would just take this opportunity to again thank Everman, the Everman Police Department, the Tarrant County District Attorney's Office, the Texas Rangers, and everybody that remained committed to this case from its inception, and we'll see it through until we bring justice for Noel.
What is the status of finding her right now? Do you have leads and getting closer also in terms of finding a little boy too?
Yeah, I'm not going to go into any specifics on our conversations with partners across the globe, but what I will say is we're confident that the reward we offer here today, the publicity we bring to this case, will ultimately lead to Cindy's arrest and return here to the United States. Why now? Look, I mean, this case has not been out of the front of mind for the investigators, right? They had remained dedicated to this case. So while this might seem like a recent addition to you and to the public who don't live this every day, to the citizens of Everman, to the folks in North Texas that remember Noel, and to the investigators that work on this day and day night, this is not the culmination, but it is a step towards bringing that justice for Noel. Well, I think we could just look here in North Texas, in Dallas specifically. If you go back to 2016, up to as recently as January of 2023, the Dallas field office of the FBI has arrested 3 top 10 fugitives. We had one just returned last year for his role, alleged role, in the homicide back in South Lake. And so we've had success locally in bringing fugitives to justice, again, in part because we're able to bring this information to the public, get it back in the front of their mind, and generate new investigative leads. If Cindy were watching this, the message to Cindy is we're not going to stop. We're going to continue to seek justice for Noel, and we won't stop until you're back here in the United States to answer for the crimes you've been charged with.
Can you give us insight into the search for the missing boy and is there any update on progress?
We don't have any update to provide on that today. Again, this conference is called really to focus on bringing this back to the forefront of the public's mind across the globe so that we can get information to ultimately locate, apprehend, and return Cindy back here to the United States. Thank you for being here today.
Well, we just heard from a number of officials there in Everman. That was the FBI, Everman City Manager, and also Tarrant County District Attorney, with that major announcement that Cindy Rodriguez Singh, we were just told that she's being added to the FBI's list of top 10 most wanted fugitives. She's wanted for the murder of her 6-year-old son, Noel. Now, if you're not too familiar with this story, I want to take a moment here to map out the timeline for you. Noel Rodriguez, he was last seen alive sometime back in October of 2022. The next month, his mom, Cindy, got her passports for her 6 other children, but not for Noel. On March 20th of 2023, Everman police conducted a welfare check at their home, and that's where police say that Singh lied about where Noel actually was. Then just 2 days later, Cindy Singh, her husband, and 6 other children boarded a flight to India, but without little Noel. On October 31st of 2023, Singh was charged with capital murder. But since then, Noel's body has never been found. But cadaver dogs did indicate that dirt in the family's backyard there had the scent of human remains underneath. Investigators found that the 6-year-old boy was severely disabled and had a number of health issues and lived with his family in a small shed. He and 2 of his siblings spent about a year in foster care before being returned to their mom. The FBI translated the wanted posters for Singh into both Spanish and Hindu and sent them around the world. The FBI announced today a reward of $250,000 that leads to the arrest of Singh, and that's since been increased $100,000 more dollars since Noel's initial disappearance. That was back in October of 2023. Now, meanwhile, we will have much more on this story in our newscast later today, starting at 11 o'clock here on CBS News Texas. You can also find any updates on this story on cbsnewstexas.com and our social media channels as well. And again, we want to thank you for tuning into the CBS News Texas stream. I'm Carmen Blackwell.